I'm Ewen Cameron, and I manage the food and drink sector team within Scottish Development International, and my responsibilities are to coordinate the operational activity we do to support the Scottish food and drink industry in terms of international trade activity, but also promoting the Scottish food and drink industry as a location for inward investment. Well, in collaboration with Scotland Food and Drink, Scottish Development International have been leading on the development of an international strategy for the industry. And that's evolved looking at markets overseas and really assessing the size of the opportunity for Scotland. We need to be very focused. We're a small country. We need to be very focused on our resources and making sure that we, in a detailed way, identify in particular geographies the size of the economic development opportunity for Scotland based on the strong proposition we've got. So what we've done is, on a sort of rolling basis, we've been looking at some key geographies that we've agreed with Scotland Food and Drink which offer a great opportunity. For example, in the last 12 months, we've carried detailed market assessment work in North America to identify which categories offer the greatest opportunity. For example, salmon, where Scotland has a great strength. And as a result of that market assessment work, we will then develop market development activity in the market to really help companies exploit the opportunities identified. The strategic focus that we've agreed with Scotland Food and Drink and our partners at the moment is to look at North America, which we've looked at quite intensively in the last 12 months to identify what the opportunity is for Scotland. Within Europe, it's the markets of France, Spain, Italy, Belgium and Netherlands, which traditionally have been our main export markets and will continue to be very important to Scotland. Further afield within Asia, it's markets like China, Japan, South Korea and Hong Kong, Singapore, where we feel there's significant opportunity. We also believe in areas of the Middle East and Russia, there is a significant growing demand for premium products. Scottish salmon, for example. So these are areas that we'll be focusing on quite intensively. For example, this year we exhibited at Gulf Food in Dubai, which is the key trade show in that area. The most important thing for Scotland Food and Drink is to, as the leadership body in Scotland, is to grow the industry from £10 billion to £12.5 billion by 2017, and also to grow export performance from £3.7 billion to £5.1 billion. That's two of the main objectives within the strategy. It's also to encourage much greater research and development expenditure in Scotland, getting companies developing newer products and commercialising some of the great research we have here. And also building companies of scale in Scotland that are globally competitive. We're increasingly finding that international buyers want to know where food is made and how it's made. And Scotland has a great story to tell. Some of the products we've got here, where they're from, how they're made. It's really about romancing the image of Scotland and differentiating ourselves against our competitors. For example, Scottish salmon is a premium product, highly regulated industry. International buyers love to know, about how the salmon's reared, etc., and it's from a particular location. And the same applies for Scotch beef and lamb. And obviously, Scotch whisky can only be matured and distilled in Scotland, and that's a great story to tell. Well, Global Scots are a fantastic resource. I mean, there's a number of Global Scots that have provided really good support to us over the last 2 years. Some of them actually helping us inform the strategy that the industry has in Scotland. Where we need Global Scots is where they've got specific expertise within particularly food retailing or in the food and drink supply chain, but also in markets that we see as a priority moving forward, for example, North America, but also in particular markets in Asia like China, where in the future could be fantastic markets for the Scottish food and drink industry. And we need to support Global Scots there to kind of help us identify the opportunities and help us broker relationships with Scottish companies.